That's where we were here.
So let me just turn this on, get the right talk group.
SM7 and that JT. We're gonna go ahead and move on to.
So I have it on the mobile rig here. I have the handheld.
Chickens. We're gonna move now to Western Europe and take chickens from. Excuse me. Do we have any chickens from anywhere in Ireland, both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland? Please.
You better not take my chickens.
Please, CUP. Echo India. Please go human from Republic of Ireland. Thank you. 73.
Japan.
Yeah, if you want to hear all different countries and all that, that would be the 91. That one there has everything on there.
That's the worldwide channel.
Yeah.
So these are all these stations. So you talk about activity. Oh my God. I mean, if you want to talk worldwide, DMR is definitely the mode to go with, especially here on the island, because it's going constantly. But we're also on that 302310 talk group. That is the Ontario-wide ham guys or hang group that hang out there. I've talked to Maureen and Wyerton on it, talked to Dennis all the time in Sudbury, the guys, John, all the guys in Southern Ontario and that. The easiest way, if you don't have a DMR repeater, and maybe I'll do another scope on the hotspots, is to get yourself a hotspot. And that would be something down the road that you may want to think about if you want to do VHF or UHF if you're in an area. I'm not sure if there's any DMR repeaters, if that's even an interest around you, Daryl, but I mean, that would be an option similar to what Michael is going through. He's north of Midland there in Tiny Township. So he may not have a DMR repeater close to him. So, you know, if you don't have a talk group, you can go to a hotspot. Like for instance, if I go over here to my open spot, which I have running to openspot.local, and go there, and this is bringing up my hotspot that I have running in the shack here, and that shows you what the hotspot is doing. And if I go on here, the A3 DCB, the 3AJG call.
Roger D, V3AJB, this is VA3 DCB here.
So as you can see, there's Dennis VA3 DCB coming in, indeed, that way with it. So, and that's the status of it, and we're connected, and all I'm going through, I have a little hotspot that's running up on the table here. That's this little device here, this little blue box. So when I transmit, yeah, VA3 DCB, V3 DCB. You can see the green lights going, and then when Dennis comes back,
Yeah, VA3 DCB here, testing 1, 2.
so you notice the little rubber ducky antenna off that hotspot. You saw the red light go off when he's transmitting. I can walk within about the length of 3 football fields from around my house with this little rubber ducky talking into this little box in the basement and talk all over the world. If I wanted to go to talk group 91, I change the channels, key it up, it automatically gets flipped to talk group 91, and we'll show you. See, I'm on a simplex frequency called open spot. Let me just,
I see it. Open spot, yeah.
there it is there. let's say I want to go to channel 91. I go over here and change, see this talk group here?
Yep.
302310, that's the channel. Watch what happens when I go to punch in 91 here. Go there, go here, punch in 91, and punch in 91. Okay, hit save. Now watch what happens to my screen.
Connected to Brandmeister 3021. Linked dynamic talk groups 91 and 302310. Call routing is active. Group call 91. Romeo 2E0 HM. Thanks a lot.
Of course, nobody be talking right now. Oh, there we go.
I am trying. 2E0 HMR G3UB. Yeah.
And then again, my hotspot is somebody's talking.
2M0 PIJ.
You can see the red light going off. So that's how easy it is to change talk groups and go on. And now you've got worldwide stations.
Mike 6, 13 Delta Mike. Mike 6, 13 Delta Mike.
Mike 6 Echo Delta Mike from England. And
Mike 0 Bravo Romeo Echo.
and their name and location pops up here, which is kind of
Mike
cool.
6 Lima Foxtrot.
Some do, some
Mike
don't,
6,
depending on
Lima,
when they
Foxtrot,
registered in
Papa.
there. This thing's not focusing. There we go.
Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. And I'll watch all of this on the group
Recording.
or Facebook or something. Okay,
Yeah.
talk to you later.
Take care, Maureen.
Hey, Maureen, nice seeing you this week. Take
Okay.
care.
Take
Take
care.
care. You too.
So yeah, so programming, you've got to go to, and I was going to mention about the other thing. Let me get out of here, and we'll go to. Here's the other one that I did want to share with you. One last go here. Where are we? Okay. So this is the website. If you want to have freeware software, basically it's called Chirp, C-H-I-R-P. Where are we here? Go here, share here, and Chirp.
That's what we use to program the Bofang now. Chirp.
Yeah, that works well for the Bofang.
Yeah. So Chirp downloads. The actual website, it's kind of interesting. It's www or https://chirp.danplanet, DANPLANET.com. And that will bring you to the website. And then it's just a matter of downloading the program. And when you bring up Chirp here, let me just see if I can do it. So let me disengage this website and bring up, I think I've got it. Here's Chirp here. And there, so file, and we'll open. I don't know if I've got previous new. So here's Are you seeing this channel?
Yeah.
So you're seeing the programming in here. So
Yeah,
this,
146. Yeah.
yeah. So you can set up your channels in here. The nice thing about it with that is, of course, the radio. You can download from your radio. So depending, if you click on the download button, I think you may have to have a radio hooked up to it first. I haven't used this for a while.
You do?
Yeah, you have to have the radio hooked up.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is it'll pick it up. But there's also different importing. So you can put, here's the DMR, mark repeaters. So you can get a list of repeaters and put them in here in the country and the database dump. So you can say I wanted to do Toronto and Ontario. I don't know if this is going to work or not. And Canada. Hit OK. Yeah. Invalid mode RB or file name DMR Toronto. I'm not sure how that works. I'd have to do some future follow up on it, but I'll tell you, if you have a Baofeng radio, and it's good for the Chinese radios. Import. So radio reference, repeater book directory. I don't know if that'll do it. Repeater book, okay. So let's say you wanted to bring in a certain state. Say, oh, let's do Ontario. You got Ontario in here, Quebec. I got to have Ontario. There's Ontario.
Right in the middle, up.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, all. Well, let's say we don't want to do all. Let's do 2 meters. Hit OK. And there were errors while operating TMP. Yeah. I'd have to read up on. Oh, wait a sec. There we go. Okay. And there you go. And now you've got all of Ontario repeaters, 2 meter repeaters in there. And now you just download it to the model of radio you got, and bang. That's how quick it is to insert the file and do it that way. So Chirp works, extremely well. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to use. Like I say, I rather use the RT systems for a lot of my radios, but for certain different types of radios, it works pretty good that way. Code plugs are kind of interesting. There was, I think, some marked code plugs, which you can do too. But if you go to different websites, like what I was going to show Michael, let me just stop sharing Chirp for a moment and just quickly go to, let's go to things here. Okay, so let me go to Bridgecom and go to Bridgecom again. And that Bridgecom Anytone radios. So now you go to resources, I think, download a code plug. Click here, and here's the different areas. Now, because this is an American-based group, they've got the American repeaters in there, and then they've got other different areas. America, Guam, I don't see Canada in here, so there's no Canadian. But
Yeah, Michael was saying he couldn't get Canada, and he was using, I think, New York, I believe he said.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, let's say you're going on a trip and you want to go to, you know, who knows wherever you may want to go.
Arizona.
Okay, Arizona. All right, we'll do yours. Okay, so Arizona's not highlighted, so I don't
No.
know why you can't get it there. So let's try Florida. We'll click on Florida, and then there you go. There, you've got Florida code plug there. And so what I would have to do is bring up the Anytone program, put that code plug in it, and it would list all the Florida DMR repeaters that are in there and that with it. So that's one area where you can definitely get the code plugs there with it. And depending what area, Davenport, Orlando, Jacksonville, Florida here. So there's different areas, and you got to use their system. Now, another great site is TYT for the TYT handhelds. Where did I put my TYT? Right here. So these type of handhelds, TYT. I wonder, no, that wouldn't be it. Young Turks. TYT. Let's go TYT Electronics. I wonder if this is it. TY.
It says underneath, download TYT Electronics. I wonder if that would be the one.
That's probably it right there. Okay, why is it taking so long? There we go. All right. So, yeah, so they've got the various, depending on your model of radio, you can get the software to program. And their CPS site. So let me show you. Let me get out of here. So that's where you would get the program, and then it's just a matter of doing this, going here, and where are we here? CPS 380. Okay, so this is what the code plug would look like. Go here, oops, there, go there.
Get a head out, folks.
Okay, take care.
Take care, Mike.
Thanks for coming in this week, Mike. And do you see this website?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the C, and this would load similar. Again, you've got zones, scan lists, and that, so the various zones that are in here. So if I wanted to open up, I'd go to File, go to Open, and see what, and these are all the code plugs that I've got in here for various different radios. And what radio is this? This is the UV. So let me go under Alan's files, and I'll go down to DMR.
It's funny, Al. I just installed that same software on this computer just a week or so ago, but I didn't use it. And I just opened it up here a few minutes ago, and it opened up in Chinese. Okay. And I could load the code plugs, no problem, and they were mostly in English, but it was in Chinese. I guess it was the default, and I had a hard time finding to switch the language because it was all in Chinese. And it's in settings, and if you go to settings, it's just Chinese and English, and it took me a bit to find it, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Language. You should look for language.
So, you know, it's kind of neat here. So this is the yeah, the MD right here, UV 380. So what I'll do, this is the D900, that's my Zastone. So 390s will work on it too. So let's say I wanted to load this code plug, just open, bang. Now it's loaded it. And now I go to the channels. Where's the channels, channel information, I'll open it here. And no, that's not what I want. We're digital open. There's the groups. Where did the channels go? General settings. Digital contact systems. Zones. Here's the channels. We got no channel. Oh, here we go. Here are all the. These are the scan lists. Zone information. There's all the zones. And those are the groups, but where are the channels? Digital contacts? No. Huh. Zone.
I have channel information on mine at the bottom.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, see the plus sign there?
but nothing's coming up on it. No?
Yeah, when I click my plus sign, I get all my channels come up.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not doing that.
Maybe it's the code plug you have in there.
Let me try another one. Open. You go down. Okay, let me try a MD380. Okay, now let's open there. Nope. No, there's no channels. What the hell did all the channels go? Isn't that weird? Let me try this again.
Well, guys, you're gonna have to excuse me. I have to leave.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
A good, it was a very interesting Zoom.
Well, all
And
kinds.
quit shaking your head, Rusty. You better start putting them boards on the top of your Jeep so you won't lose your antennas.
Take care, Claude.
Yeah, which antenna did you lose, Rusty? You're muted, Rusty. Which
I know,
antenna did you
there-
lose?
My keyboard's laying by the side here. That big cellular antenna that looked like a friggin' golf club on the top.
Well,
of
that's
the
the
vehicle.
one we were looking at.
Yeah.
Did the
I
clamp?
knew that.
Did the
I
clamp?
knew-
Did the clamp broke? Did the
Yep,
land?
yep. It must have gone. You know, it must have been doing this
Yeah.
because it snapped. And I knew that mount was not big enough, but I made a couple of trips to Sudbury with it, and it was okay. But it was really windy that day,
Yeah.
and it didn't hurt anything. Thank God I had it zip tied to the luggage rack. You know, so it
So
just came down and
you
whack.
didn't break the antenna though.
No, God, no, nope. So yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to do something with that pretty quick.
Oh, yes, I am, especially now that I know what the hell's going on with that cell booster. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah,
Bye now.
see you, Claude. Thank you.
All right. No, that's the wrong one. Where is it? I finally found it here. Okay. Found it there. No, that's not it, is it? Nope, that's my stuff. Where the hell is? Oh, here it is. TYT? No, that's TYT Electronics. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's my channel. If I go over here and go to the channel list, there's all my channels there. All my channels in there with it. So yeah, so if you have a Dayton Sim, so when you're programming a channel on DMR, there's a couple of things that you need to remember. So first of all, when you're installing, you have to know is it a digital or an analog channel. If it's digital, you put digital. Then if it's UHF or VHF, and 99% of the DMR activity around here is all on UHF, you put 12.5 kilohertz spacing. Scan list, if you want to add it to a scan list, you can, but I usually leave it as none. And then your receive reference frequency, you can set it to low, medium, or high. I keep them at low. TOT timeout timer, I set it to 360 seconds as a default, which is about 5 minutes. And then your power setting, if you want low, medium, I set it on high. Your channel name, so this one was set up as Dayton Sim 1 channel, simplex channel, and we used 434.500 is the simplex frequency. So your receive frequency and your transmit would remain the same.
You said in Dayton, sorry, Al, there, you said in Dayton you had a repeater with you. So that's the frequencies to that repeater?
No, this is Dayton Sim 1. The ERA, the Escarpment Repeater Association guys, those are like John and all the gurus from down south. What they did is they borrowed a portable DMR repeater hooked up in the back of their vehicle.
Right.
They had a telescopic mast that they set up. They got a spot at Dayton, okay, in one of the spots inside the grounds. And we were operating off that repeater, portable repeater, and around the Dayton Hamfest grounds, which is like 2 or 3 miles radius. We were on the thing, working on our own private DMR repeater down there. It was pretty cool. So we pre-programmed all our radios before we went down and did that. So what you have to do under the digital is, first of all, your contact name. These are all your contact lists, or the groups, and simplex is group 99. Now, how do I know that? Well, I know by looking at the various group lists that if you want to run a simplex channel, it's on 99. So you put group 99, and your group list is group 99. So they have to match. And then you have color codes. Color code is similar. 90% of the time, everybody's on color code 1 and that, but it's like having a PL tone. We could run any color code that we want. So let's say, I think there's 15 color codes. Yeah, there's 15 color codes. So let's say we wanted to run under color code 6 or 7 or something. It just makes it a little harder for somebody else to find, but we run under 1. And the repeater time slot is time slot 1 that we use. And
That's where I always get confused, Al, with the time slots, because there seems to be a etiquette of some sort for time slots with the groups, talk groups.
Yep. Repeaters are primarily time slot 1. So the different, like 91, 2, 3, 10, all those different talk groups are usually time slot 1. If we're working simplex, it's usually time slot 2, but we decided to leave it as time slot 1 on this one. It depends on what you want to do, but you're right, there is a protocol with it. You have to find out, first of all, what you have. And then once you do that, you set it and bang, in it goes, and that's how you program a frequency. And go like that. If I was setting up RMI, I'd change this to analog, 147.27, 147.87 as the frequencies. And of course, this would go blank because it's digital, so you wouldn't need to fill out any of this. It's just all analog. So they're pretty simple to program. And then when you want to put them in a zone, you set up a zone area. So zones are usually down below here. Let me just zip that up. And there's our zone information. So as you see down here, I've added some zones. So I've even included, I put in, there's the zone for the OPP. So I've added all the OPP channels in a zone. So my handheld can monitor all the OPP frequencies on it. Manitoulin repeaters with that. What else? Manitoulin there. So I put all the fire departments that are in there. Nemi Fire Department, the Siganak Fire Department, Central Manitoulin Fire Department, AOK, On-Deck-On and Canning Fire Department, Takima, Billings, Chiging Fire Department, Wiki Fire Department, Burpee Mills Fire Department, Ontario Fire Marshal frequency, and then the Whitefish River First Nation. They've got 6 channels that they use up on their repeater with different PL tones. So you can program just about anything in these radios, and they work pretty good, and you set up the code plug the way you want. There's Dayton, Hamvention, put in all the repeaters there. But when you do that in the zone, what you have to do is here's all the channels. This is the list of all the channels that I programmed. So let's say I wanted to add, let's just be, let's say I wanted to put 446.500 in there. If I go here, and I put add, it's going to add it to the bottom here. And there it is there. You see how it's added? Now that channel is added under that talk group. If I wanted to delete it and put it back in the file, I just hit delete and bang, it goes back that way. So it's fairly straightforward to put it in that way with it. Works pretty good with it. So, but yeah, gets a little complicated. I know Michael, he had written me there, and he was kind of interested about some of those. So, but anyway.
It's something that you have to work through. Just having it explained to you is pretty hard to absorb it all. But if you're actually working through it with a radio of your own, and you do that a few times, and it starts to sink in a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you don't use your radio for a while or program it for a while, and then you have to relearn it all over again. But
and that was it with me a few times this morning. You know, like if you don't do it every day, you tend to forget, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this is what you have to do, and bang, bang, bang. You know, it comes back to you pretty quick that way. But you're quite right, Ted. It's a work in progress, right? You got to keep doing it. It's like that Chirp program. I've used it extensively, but you know, there was a few times there I haven't.
Tom and I, we were programming our Baofangs. He got a new Baofeng, and we were programming it. And he wanted to take. He had RTS system software for his ICOM 92 AD, and he wanted to copy that to the Chirp. Well, you can't do that, but he came up with a pretty good little trick, because the Chirp software will program an 92 AD. So he took his 92 AD, downloaded it to Chirp, opened up his Baofeng, and so now that he had the 92 AD software in Chirp, he copied that from within Chirp to his Baofeng, and it worked beautifully. It was a pretty nice little trick.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, if you get working with that, then there are a lot of different things that you can do. So that's kind of interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, because we tried it a few times. We got, how can we get RTS Systems software with our 92 AD over to Chirp, or how can we program that Bofang without typing in everything? And he came up with that and it worked right away. Bang, it was really nice.